Frogs are amphibians and vertebrates of the order Anura. There is not much difference between frogs and toads, and they are not classified separately. This is because the toad lifestyle, with its dry, rough skin, is an adaptation to living in drier habitats. The toad form has evolved a number of times independently, an example of convergent evolution. Frogs can live on land and in fresh water. They cannot survive in salt water. Their development is by metamorphosis. They usually hatch as tadpoles from eggs, which are laid by a female frog. The eggs are called frog spawn. Tadpoles have tails and gills. The next stage, the anaquat, froglet, and quat, develops lungs to breathe air instead of gills, but still have tails. The fully grown frog has long legs and no tail. Adult frogs can jump with their legs. They have long tongues that they use to catch bugs. They make a sound called a croak. Some species live in trees, and some types of frog are protected by being poisonous. Frogs live all over the world. If a foreign species of frogs is introduced to another country, the local ecosystem might be affected. Frog legs are sometimes eaten as food in France, China, and the Midwest of the United States. The killing of frogs might have an effect on the ecosystem. For example, frogs eat mosquitoes. If frogs are killed, then there are fewer frogs to eat mosquitoes, so more and more mosquitoes are born. Therefore, in these areas, there are more diseases that mosquitoes carry, because there are more mosquitoes. However, for this to apply, frogs would have to be a major predator of mosquitoes. This would only rarely be the case. Frogs are members of the class Lysamphibia, the only class of amphibia which has survived to the present day. A toad is a large type of frog. It is not a scientific term, but a popular one. The reason it is not used in taxonomy is that the toad lifestyle has evolved a number of separate times in various groups of frogs. All toads are frogs, but not all frogs are toads. Toads mainly evolved in dry climates, so many toads have rougher, browner skin. Many toads also burrow, though that depends on the environment that the toad evolved in. Toads lay eggs in strings attached to rocks, unlike true frogs which lay eggs in a jelly-like mass. Also, toads generally have shorter legs and fatter bodies. Toads have parotoid glands behind their eyes which are used to make poison.